I guess we can all agree that we are different people and we all want different things. But one thing we do have in common is that we all want a good life. Of course, the definition of a good life is relative. Now, regardless of your definition of a good life, one thing is core to achieving that desire, and that is what we are going to discuss in this video. There's an aspect of you that you can activate, that every other thing you desire will come to life. Hello beauties, welcome to my channel. My name is Yemi and I believe that you have so much goodness in you. That's why my channel is all about inspiring you to own your life, live up to your potentials and to be your best self. So don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell notification so you can stay up to date on my videos. And also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. In fact, you're going to enjoy it, so why don't you just do that right away, okay? Good, thank you. So I mentioned that there is your definition of a good life and it can be achieved easily, okay? Easily. You know, by doing one thing right and every other thing falls in place. Well, that domino for all of us is self-awareness. Yes, self-awareness makes everything you want come to life, and I'm going to explain that, okay? I believe that we all have three big decisions to make in our entire life that will give us that definition of the good life: where to live, who to do life with, and what to do. And I believe that I have made those decisions and I'm kind of enjoying my current stage. I'm enjoying where I am in life. I can do better, yes, but I'm enjoying where I am, okay? Now for the rest of the video, I will be sharing my journey to becoming self-aware, to, you know, my self-awareness journey with you, and why it is critical to achieving that good life that you want. So I remember when I newly graduated and I was looking for a job, I moved cities in Nigeria. I moved from Abuja to Lagos because everyone says that there are more job opportunities in Lagos than in Abuja. So I moved to Lagos and I spent about 6 months there. You know, I was writing GMAT exam because I also wanted to travel abroad for my master's degree. So I was writing GMAT and at the same time I was preparing to write GMAT exams at that time, and I was also looking for jobs. But that didn't happen. So I spent 6 months there. Eventually I didn't write the exam and I also did not get a job. So I moved back to Abuja again, starting the process of looking for a job. And if you watched my video on clarity that I made, I'm going to put the link in the description box and also in the card section and put the thumbnail here. I mentioned that I was also looking for jobs with my friends. So it was at that time when I moved back to Abuja that happened. So you all know what the ending part of that story. I didn't get a job. And that's because I did not know what I wanted to do with my life. So it affected my chances of, you know, representing myself well and getting a job. And if you are from the part of the world where I come from, if you're Nigerian, you know that you need to decide what you want to do on time, because that is how you choose the subjects that you are going to take when you are in secondary school, when you're in high school. So if you know that you want to be a doctor, you take subjects that are related to the sciences. If you want to be a lawyer, you take subjects that are related to the arts. I was clueless. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So the way I chose my subject in secondary school was really funny. So you could not decide if I was in social sciences or if I was in arts class. So I was in the second year when I was called that my choice of subjects wasn't right. You're supposed to choose between geography, history, and religious studies. At that time, I was not doing any of that. I was doing government. I chose accounts. I didn't do commerce because I was like, why do accounts and commerce at the same time? Are they not the same thing? So I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I just chose my subject carelessly. But then when they called me, I had to restructure everything. I had to choose a subject that would make me take the exam. I'm going to put it on the screen so I don't make this video too long. But anyway, my point is, looking back now at the way I chose my subject, I realized that I chose those subjects based on what I was interested in, not what I want to become or not what I should become in the future. And a lot of times we don't know what we want to be at that time. Eventually, I decided to study economics in the university. I studied economics education in the university, and what led to that is a story for another day, okay? So eventually, when I was waiting for a job, I decided to take on a professional course, have a professional certification, and I decided to do ICANN because my father is an accountant, my uncle is an accountant, they are chartered accountants. My cousin at that time, she was also doing ICANN, and I was like, you know what, I can as well, you know, take this exam. I can start writing these exams since I'm not doing anything and somebody was willing to pay for it. So why not do it? So I started to write ICANN, and you guys, I struggled, but I'm someone that I don't like to give up and I don't like to fail. So I read for those exams. But then it wasn't in my area of strength. I wasn't playing in my area of strength. So I had to sit myself down and I had to tell myself, you know what, you're not good with numbers. If anything, if there's a problem, a word problem that I have to solve and then derive an equation, I will do that perfectly. When I get to that point that there's an equation, that's where the problem is, you know, doing the figures. So I had to do like a self-audit. I had to check myself, like, what are you good at? What are your strengths? What are those things that you're not really good at? What are you struggling with? I wasn't really good with numbers. I had to accept it, but I was very good with analysis. I have very good analytical skills. I have some other, you know, talents that that did not relate to GMAT exams or ICANN exams, you know. And I started to work on my area of strength. I started to improve that. So my point is that the time I wasted doing all of this, I would have acquired skills that will improve my area of strength, maybe sharpen my analytical skills, maybe, you know, improve on my speaking, maybe read more books on psychology. I'm very interested in how the brain works, you know, and how human beings behave and all of that. I could have done all of those things, but I was there just doing things anyhow based on, you know, what's is just the obvious, you know. That is why self-awareness is very important. And I can tell you that what I'm doing right now, I enjoy it, you know, making videos, impacting people's lives. I enjoy it, I love it, and I never get tired of doing it. So my point is, if you are not aware of yourself, if you are not aware of your strengths, you know, those things you're not good at, if you don't know yourself, you will struggle through life. You will do things that ultimately will not add up to your happiness at the end of the day. Self-awareness is also very important, you know, to develop your relationships. If you know yourself, you know the kind of relationship that you need. You know the kind of person that, you know, can complement you. So if you're someone who you spend a lot, you really don't need somebody who spends a lot as well. You people will not have savings in your family, you know. So self-awareness also helps you to improve your relationship. It's the first step to anything that you want to achieve, even if it is spiritual growth, even if it is financial growth. Self-awareness plays a major role. Even if it is emotional intelligence, self-awareness is the first key to anything you want to achieve. That is why I said that is the domino effect for every one of us. So when you activate that part of you, when you are more self-aware, every other thing that you want will fall in line. So what can you do to start to develop self-awareness? And one of the things I would highly recommend is to make time to self-reflect. And I read an article a long time ago. In that article, I found a challenge, a very interesting challenge that is going to be very helpful for you, okay? The challenge says that you should think about describing yourself to another person without mentioning anything about the external things that are in your life. Concentrate only on yourself, how you feel and behave. Perhaps you can recognize some of your strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so this is a very good challenge for you to take on, and it will only take about 5 to 10 minutes per day. Okay, it's not something that should be stressful. And once you are in the process of self-reflecting, it is very good. I would highly recommend that you journal, you write out your thoughts so that it's not just in your head. You can go back and you can read what you wrote. And as you read, well, this works for me. As I read it, it draws me back, it draws my attention back to something that I did not even take note of, and I write again. And the more I come back to read, the more new things, you know, new things come to my memory, and that is just how it expands. And also, I would recommend that you talk to people around you. Ask them to tell you a little bit about yourself, what they can see from you, because we do not always know, we cannot assess ourselves completely. You need people to also tell you what you express, what you reflect, to them. Okay, so yeah, those are the 3 things that I would recommend that you do if you want to start to develop your self-awareness. And I'm going to leave the link to my free workbook in the description box. It is also a tool that will help you during that time of self-reflection. You can actually journal your thoughts in that workbook. Okay, so that's it for today's video. If you really enjoyed this video, if you found it useful or valuable in any way, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, smash that like button right now. Yes, say it right now, and subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the bell notification so you stay up to date on my videos. I make a lot of videos that will encourage you on this self-awareness journey. Okay, yeah, thank you so much for spending your time with me once again today. You are amazing.